approaching one house. She is hiding in a war-torn Syrian town. She moves through the ruined streets, tracking every move. He has logged their entire routine down to the minute. Now he waits. Today, HQ finally gives the green light. Bud disguises herself as a local. Knowing their schedule cold, she walks right up and knocks. The men inside never see it coming. She drops them all. She sprints to the roof and grabs the one trying to run. She rips open the guy's shirt. The tattoo matches the intel. This is the target. Identity confirmed. Her boss orders the kill and Bud doesn't hesitate. Protocol says head straight to the extraction point and slip back to France. But as she is leaving, she hears a baby crying. She follows the sound to a room of women and kids, the dead men's families. Then her boss orders her to kill them all. Bud freezes. She has killed plenty, but she can't shoot unarmed women and children. He disobeys and leaves, not knowing the boss sent another agent to clean up. Bud opens her door and meets a hostile stare. Then he spots a package in the corner. His spy instincts scream danger. But she is half a second too slow. The blast throws her across the room. She figures the boss sent someone, and she is just collateral damage. But the truth behind this bombing is way darker. After that, Bud retires and disappears to Morocco as a surf instructor. She falls for a local cop named Ace, and life is simple and happy. But just as she settles into her new life, danger starts closing in. While they're cozied up over afternoon tea, just down the street, a few locals are acting shifty, like they just closed some shady deal. Then the attackers jump on motorcycles and race straight at Bud and Ace. By the time Bud reacts, 3 bullets have hit Ace and the shooters are gone. Badly wounded, Ace slips into a coma. Bud blames herself for bringing danger into Ace's life. The truth comes out when Ace's boss arrives at the hospital before the attack. Ace had been investigating the local Khoury crime family, and just now, police spot Curry's 2 sons near the scene, making them the obvious suspects. Bud knows once they learn Ace survived, they'll hit the hospital again. Bud gets a safe house address, move Ace there, and someone will guard him. Then she returns to the room, takes one last look at Ace, and leaves. Bud tracks down the brothers' hideout fast, and the guards can't stop her. Bud moves clean and quick. She is not a civilian anymore, she is a trained agent again. She takes a guard's gun and finds the brothers mid-massage inside. Bud overwhelms the guards, and the first brother goes down in the shower. Then, she shoves the other into the sink. He goes still. The second brother won't be getting up. Bud's exhausted, but just as she sits down to breathe, cops storm in. When Ace's boss sees Bud standing there, he can't believe his eyes. The brother had no idea this harmless-looking woman was so dangerous. Word reaches Khoury fast, both sons dead. He is a mob boss, nobody touches his family. Whoever did this is going to pay. He orders his men dig into this French woman. His man instantly passed word through a secret back channel. The message goes straight to Joanna, Deputy Director of French Intelligence, and her face goes pale. She rushes to her office, pulled up the file. The killer was Bud. She freezes and immediately calls the director. This is way above her pay grade. They both knew Bud had crossed a line. Khoury wouldn't let this go. Here is why. The director relies on Khoury's intel to eliminate terrorists inside France. Khoury isn't just a mob boss. He is ISIS's top gun runner. They even ran arms deals together, so to keep the partnership, they sold Bud out. Bud's old instructor Tom hears the decision and storms into Joanna's office. He tries to plead for Bud, but Joanna cut him off. This wasn't up for debate. Meanwhile, in prison, Radar enters Bud's cell hoping she'll finally talk. He offers to help, but Bud stayed silent, so Radar dropped it. Before leaving, he tells Bud she'll be transferred in 3 days. Bud doesn't even react. Soon after, Joanna flies to Morocco and meets with Khoury, but Bud is French intelligence's top agent. Regular hitters can't touch her. Joanna tells Khoury not to waste men and tip Bud off. She'll handle it herself. She promises Khoury a clean result, and he agrees on the spot. But on transfer day, Khoury changes his mind anyway. Ignoring Joanna, he sends a squad of killers. They swarmed the prison gates. Their leader shoots the transport driver dead on sight. Then he marched his crew inside and took Radar, Bud's escort, hostage. Radar can't believe how bold they are. But with guns on him, he has no choice but to open the cell, and Bud just watches calm. She has seen this before, and this is her chance to escape. She bolts out of prison, jacks a stranger's bike, and takes off. Khoury's men chase after her, and that is when it hits them. They tear through the streets, killers firing shot after shot at Bud. But hitting a moving target at that speed is tough, and Bud weaves expertly. She leads them straight into a packed market, causing total chaos. He rides up onto the ancient city wall, but they keep coming. In a space that narrow, you can get boxed in. And a second later it happens. Bud keeps switching directions, desperately hunting for a way out. But there is nowhere to go. With 0 options left, Bud makes a crazy gamble and dives. The boss empties a mag into the water. Bud never surfaces. So Radar declares Bud dead and has the contact pass the news to Joanna. Joanna isn't buying it. She knows Bud would never go down that easy. And soon enough, Joanna is proven right. Back at the safe house, Bud watches Ace, still unconscious. She pulls a package from a hidden compartment. Agents always keep an escape plan. Inside, guns, cash, and passports from multiple countries. Bud fires up her laptop. There is a message from her old instructor Tom asking to meet tomorrow. Bud instantly says yes. She clearly trusts Tom. But a French intelligence cyber expert has intercepted their entire exchange. Bud says goodbye to his boyfriend and heads to the meeting spot. Tom arrives soon after. No small talk. He pulls a passport from his pocket for Bud. He tells Bud to disappear. But Bud knows unless the Cowries fall, Bud and Ace will never be safe. Then Tom drops a bombshell. The agency's been in bed with Cowrie. Cowrie's the one who fed Bud that Syria intel. Bud killed ISIS's top arms dealer, and Cowrie took over his whole operation. With the agency protecting him, Cowrie's nearly untouchable now. Bud pours Tom some tea, and Tom hands him a photo. Codename, the Frenchman, the agency's inside man in Morocco handling Cowrie. The man sells rugs at a small downtown shop. Then Tom suddenly gets dizzy. Yep, Bud spiked the drink. She won't drag her mentor into this. This fight's his alone. He slips out with his mentor. Minutes later, Joanna storms in with a whole crew, but too late, they're gone. Joanna knows exactly where he is headed, the Frenchman. The director sends another agent to cut him off, and she is right. Bud's already found the Frenchman's shop. The guy sees Bud and bolts upstairs. Bud's not letting him get away. He chases. The Frenchman knows the streets and keeps his distance. The other agent arrives and spots them chasing across the rooftops. He races up just as Bud tackles the Frenchman to the ground. He opens his bag, assembles a sniper rifle, and aims at them both. And Bud finally gets it. That explosion was meant for her. Joanna wants her dead to bury the truth. The Frenchman also talks. Curry's in Casablanca, and a weapons shipment lands tonight. It is the agency's deal with Cowrie. Weapons for terrorist locations. Once he gets the port name, Bud lets the Frenchman go. Bud bolts downstairs before Eris can react. He vanishes into the crowd, and when he resurfaces, she is at the arms deal dock the Frenchman mentioned. Sniper rifle set up high. She aims at Cowrie but can't get a clean shot. Then a car pulls up. Joanna steps out. Cowrie's men just finished checking the weapons in the container. It checks out, and Curry hands over a drive with the agency's intel. Bud films the whole thing on her phone, then calls Joanna. Seeing the caller ID, Joanna freezes for a second, then slowly answers. They'll do anything for intel, and Bud only just found out. The organization she once served has rotted this deep. Furious, she hangs up. Joanna knows Bud's close by. She knows her too well. Bud still can't find a clean shot. To avoid tipping them off, he watches Joanna leave. Then Eris creeps up with a gun. Bud senses danger and moves to leave, but runs straight into Eris. Lucky or unlucky, Eris drags Bud out in front of everyone. Turns out that wasn't Cowrie, just a thug. The old fox is careful. A thug shoves a live video call at Bud. A bullet drops the thug instantly. Then a second, then a third. The shooter is Tom. In the end, he couldn't abandon his student, so he is risking it all. Every last one of Cowrie's men drops to Tom's gun. Then Eris shows up, and they go at it. But youth beats age, even though Tom trained Aris himself. But age has slowed Tom, and the killer forces him onto the defensive. Tom fights with everything he has, but the killer finally takes him down. He stomps Tom's neck. Bud gets there too late. The attacker kicks Bud down the stairs and pins her against the steel frame. The killer wants Bud to die like Tom, but he underestimates her. Bud may be a woman, but she is nobody's easy kill. Her boss's betrayal, every injustice she has swallowed, it all boils over into pure rage. Bud snaps, fighting like a machine that can't feel pain, hammering the killer relentlessly. She got there too late. Tom was gone. She never wanted him involved. But he gave his life for her anyway. In that moment, he wasn't just her instructor, he was a father. Using the boss's intel, the security agency wipes out 6 terrorist hideouts. But that win came from betrayal and dirty deals. Would you call that worth it? Next morning at dawn, Bud sets up with a rifle outside the boss's estate and calls him. She doesn't say a word. Her answer is coming as a bullet. The gunshot draws swarms of cops, but when they storm the estate, Bud's long gone. At the safe house, her boyfriend's awake from his coma. It feels like the universe repaying her, but Bud's mission isn't over. People who deserve to fall are still standing. She whispers an apology to him, then gets up and leaves. Cut to Joanna, walking home from work. Bud rolls up on a bike, their eyes lock. The movie never shows if Bud kills her,